Okay, so right now your chest tube is to water seal. So this is why this ball is going to be all the way up here at -20, because the chest itself is a negative pressure. So we always want to have negative pressure on the chest. Right, so right now this is not on suction. When you turn it on suction, you're looking for this window to have the orange accordion out. So now you can tell by the indicator suction is on, and you see that your ball has dropped down, right? So when you're looking at your chest tube, you may see your bubble going up and down. Okay, this is tidling. This is going to happen with inspiration and expiration. Now, this is completely normal. This is a normal chest tube. It's working perfectly fine. The patient is doing probably good. Now, if you see this, that indicates that the patient has an air leak. So you tidle and you hear the bubbles and see the bubbles. Now we know that the patient has an air leak. Okay? So that's what you're looking for. So when you look at the chest tube itself, you see that they're grading. So it goes from 1 to 5. The higher the number, the worse the air leak. So if you have bubbles that are coming out in the 4 and 5 area, you've got a pretty bad air leak. You want it to get better. So if it's going towards 1, then great, it's getting better. Now if you start in 1 and suddenly you get air bubbles in 3 and 4, that's a red flag. We need to call the doctor and let them know that we're potentially worsening our air leak. Up here at the top, this is where we're going to set how much suction this is actually going to allow. So it doesn't matter on your wall suction what it's set at. This has the safety feature that it's not going to let it do any more than what it's set at. So right now it's -20. So back here on the side there is a dial. If we wanted to increase it per the doctor's orders, you would simply turn the dial to what they set it at. Okay, so you can see it increased the suction, so it pulled down. Versus if I decrease the suction, that pressure is going to increase. Now let's say this happened because we went from 30 back to 20. Up here at the top, it's kind of hard to see, there is a little bleed button. It's right behind right here. So if you have higher pressure, you really need it down here, you're going to hold this little plastic button, and you see how our level drops, you're going to bleed it down. Now, when you take it off suction, your ball should come all the way to the top. Now mind you, this is not hooked up to a real patient, so it's not going to do exactly what I need it to do. So your ball should come all the way to the top. Do not bleed this down, because you want negative pressure in your chest. If you accidentally forget and somehow you bleed this down, you've added positive pressure to the chest. We don't want that. Don't panic. Simply put it back to suction. You're going to reestablish that negative pressure, take it off, and in a real patient, it would go back up to where it needs to be, right? So when it's on water seal, it should always be up here at -20 to make sure that it's functioning correctly for the patient.